You've probably tried it before. Extra crunches for belly fat, side bends for love handles, maybe even some miracle cream that promised to target stubborn fat. And after weeks of effort, nothing changed where you actually wanted it to. That's not because you're doing something wrong, it's because spot reduction is a myth. Your body doesn't burn fat like a laser, it burns it like a dimmer switch, slowly lowering fat levels across your entire body at once. You don't get to pick where the fat comes off first. Your genetics decide the order. Think of it like draining a swimming pool. You can't remove water only from the shallow end while leaving the deep end full. The level drops everywhere at the same time. Fat loss works the same way, and this is exactly where most people sabotage themselves. When you start losing fat, the first changes usually appear in places you don't care about. Your face gets leaner, your arms look smaller, maybe your shoulders start popping. Meanwhile, the area you actually want to change, your stomach, love handles, thighs, barely moves. So people assume the plan isn't working. They get frustrated and quit. But here's the reality. The areas that bother you the most are usually the last places your body lets go of fat. For many men, that's the lower stomach and love handles. For many women, it's the hips, thighs, and glutes. These areas have fat cells that are more resistant to releasing energy, which means they shrink later in the process. It's annoying, but it's normal.
The only reliable way to lose stubborn fat is to lose overall body fat. And the only way that happens is through a consistent calorie deficit, burning more energy than you consume over time. There's no shortcut around that rule. Now, that doesn't mean exercise is useless. In fact, the smartest strategy combines two things: a calorie deficit and strength training. Strength training doesn't magically burn fat from specific spots, but it builds muscle underneath the fat. As you lose weight, that muscle gives your body shape. Instead of looking smaller but soft, you look leaner and more defined. If belly fat is your concern, training your core helps reveal stronger abs as the fat gradually drops. If you're worried about your legs, training them builds muscles so that once the fat reduces, the shape underneath looks athletic instead of flat. Muscle changes how your body looks even before the last bit of fat disappears. But there's another piece people underestimate: patience. Fat loss is simple in theory, but difficult in practice because it takes longer than most people expect. The first few weeks often show progress on the scale, but not necessarily in the mirror where you're staring the hardest. Many people quit right before the results would have become obvious. So if stubborn fat feels impossible to lose, remember this: it's not impossible. It's just last in line. Stay in a calorie deficit, train consistently, build muscle while the fat comes down, and give your body enough time to reach the areas it's been holding on to the longest. Because the real secret to losing stubborn fat isn't a special exercise. It's staying consistent long enough for biology to do its job.